20 minutes ago, I got a text message from Paul Harder that said, "Hey, I get hostile environment a lot. Can you add lobbyists to the protected class?" I want you to appreciate that. I'm a lawyer and a former general counsel for the city, so I'll make 4 legal observations about this bill. First, you can fire somebody for simply being gay. That is the state of the law. Some years ago, you could fire someone for simply being a female. Some years ago, you could fire somebody simply for being old, and you could fire somebody for being of a certain ethnicity or age. And the federal government went in and declared some protected classes, saying you can't discriminate against those age groups, or those groups. Secondly, religious organizations are completely exempt, and that's schools, hospitals, churches, etc. If that language needs to be tightened up, it clearly can be, but this is not meant to apply to religious organizations whatsoever. The bill does not attempt to tell anybody what to believe. Third, this has nothing to do with sexual activity. It has to do with the state of being gay. And then fourth, it's not telling anyone what to believe. I am married for 32 years. I've got 4 kids. Unlike many of the speakers tonight, I am heterosexual. But if my wife passed away, and if I remained celibate for the rest of my life, I would still be heterosexual. But this bill is to address a person who is born homosexual. It does not address sexual activity or sexual conduct. The bill bans discrimination against those who are gay. I, as my children will tell you, do not approve of sexual activity outside of marriage. I've pounded it through their heads and adamantly opposed that. And currently, we ban discrimination based on gender, age, and ethnicity, but we don't ban discrimination based on the simple act of being a homosexual. This bill says nothing about sexual activity with those particular classes. It doesn't say anything about, our current bill doesn't say anything about a female having sex, but they're still not to be discriminated against. It doesn't say anything about someone of a different race having sex. And it also doesn't say anything with the proposal about gay, sexual orientation, a person with a certain sexual orientation having sex. It prohibits discrimination that way. Now, Jacksonville, if this fails, it will be very difficult to bring employers to this city. And it's a time now that we have to really act on this. We don't want to bring that out. We don't want to be on the wrong side of history. I get a devotional from a set of pastors up in Michigan, and today, once a month, he sends a letter out. He sent this just came the other day, just came yesterday. Jesus became a friend of social outcasts by showing how much he valued them. In contrast to other religious leaders who despised and condemned them, Jesus let them know that they were safe in his presence. If he had acted as if their sin was more important than they were, they probably would have avoided him like the plague or joined with religious leaders who were trying to get rid of him. Later, the Apostle Paul wrote letters that repeatedly called followers of Christ to reflect attitudes of their teacher, not only toward one another, but towards those who oppose them. And on the last sentence. For example, Paul encouraged a young understudy by the name of Timothy to treat everyone with the kindness, patience, gentleness, and reasonableness of Jesus. 2 Timothy chapter 2.
Thank you, sir.
I urge support. Thank you.
Thank you.